Welcome to SveNFL.
What's up, y'all?
It's Jonathan Rollins.
Schif me, Sarah.
And we're two Americans living in Sweden talking about football. Yeah, man, we are back. The season is officially over. Week 18 is in the books. Our teams are out. They've been out for a little bit, but our teams are out. Yours went out with a bang.
Week 18, hot take, best week of the season. It's because it's incentive.
Because what?
It's incentive week. It's like the one week of the year where it's. I think it's so like where they try to get you excited. They're basically trying to distract you from the fact that most of these games don't matter.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to get you to root for, so-and-so getting 6 more catches and 60 more yards.
Yeah.
To get $1 million. Or that's $1 million catch right there.
You know what? Next season, we should write this down too, man. Let me write this down. Next season, I think we should in week 18, we need to put a bet together.
Yeah.
For like incentives.
Right.
Like an incentive parlay bet.
Yeah.
For week 18. Where we find out who's close, and it'll be so fun to root for these people to hit their incentives, even if it's some
One of your guys had one of the weirder ones. Was it Bradley Chubb? Like he was like he was like 1.5 sacks away.
Yeah.
But it was like a caveat in the incentive that the Dolphins had to finish as like a top 20 defense or something like that in order for the incentive to count. And I was just like, wow, that's crazy.
It's like, so you're rooting for him and the yards? Like, okay.
We'll give you the money if you get the sacks, but it doesn't count if
top 20 by what metric? How do you have that in there? Like top 20 yards per game? Like what? Top 20 sacks?
It's so weird.
Yeah, man, these are shady ass teams, man. But yeah, it was. I would say it was a fun week of football. But the good thing about it, the NFL was smart. I'd say 10 years ago or something like that, when they made it all rivalry games on the last week, because teams would just mail it in the last week. But you can't mail in a rivalry game if you fucking hate those guys, and you can ruin their playoff chances, or you can. Change their seeding or whatever, or change yours. It was like it made it where more teams are into it. So I like that they did that. Smart move. Something I would have suggested if SveNFL was around back then, because that's what we do. We changed the NFL as a whole.
That's true.
I do want to, before we start reviewing the games, I want to shout out to the winner of the fantasy. We already gave them a shout out before, but he also donated the money back, man. I didn't know he was a 2-time champ. The guy
did he win last year?
Yeah, he won last year as well. He said
because he also he did it last year.
Yeah, so shout out to him. I think it was Albert. I want to say, I forget. You know the name of the person. My bad if I got that wrong.
This just in, he won next year's fantasy football as well. We just give it to him.
This just in. He saved SveNFL. Our little bankroll. He saved it so we can continue to have DAZN.
I have a question because I won the relegation league.
Yeah. Do you come in and have 2 teams? No.
Well, no, we had that conversation last year because I came in second. But does that mean that somebody doesn't make it up because I won?
I would vote for that. Because
I went off.
But then if you lose, you don't go down, and it doesn't. We still drop. I don't know. We got to ask the commish. That's a great question for the commish.
Because Rob, I was playing Rob in the final, and he was like, "Wait, even if I lose, do I still go up? Because you don't get to go up and have 2 teams in the thing, right?
Don't we send the top 4 up? Isn't that how it goes?
I think that's what I told him. I was like, I think we send the top 4 up regardless.
Yeah, we send the top 4
except
up.
For me, because I finished in second last year and I didn't go up.
Yeah, right. We send the top 4 up, so he doesn't have to worry. But he's going up anyway. So welcome to the big leagues, Rob.
Yeah, that's fine.
But also in the we got our official winner of the regular season. We got to put together a playoff pigskin pick'em. But
yeah,
pigskin pick'em winner holding the lone number one spot. Give it up for Intrasanta Bollar. Yeah, man. Intrasanta Bollar edged out Partil's Packers picks and kicked the field goal. Spit on Dak thing dropped all the way to fourth place, man. I really want to Spit on Dak thing as the best name to win it all, but he also reached out to us.
What did he? What did he say?
He said he just got into football for four years ago. It's like his fourth season, and he listens to a lot of football podcasts. He said shout out to us as his favorite. He thinks we're the best at covering it. So thanks.
He's only been doing it watching it for 4 years, and he did that well in his picks.
Yeah, man, he must be obsessive, man. Swedes, man, when they get into it, I don't think he's Swedish. When they get into it, yeah, he's Swedish. When they get into it, they get into it. Yeah, but he's a Cincinnati Bengals fan. He's so into it that he also.
My condolences.
He said that he was just kind of family-wise. His family, the closest family that he had, was into the Bengals. It was kind of an origin story. I appreciated that too. You know, we like to do our origin stories. Those of you out there that don't know, if you haven't sent in your origin story, because a lot of people live in Europe and haven't said, and you know, we just like to find out why you became a fan of your team. Send it in.
Honestly, you know what, I miss the early days when we had so many people sending us. I kind of miss it.
Yeah, it's really, so dope to find out. I'm curious about it. You and I are very curious people, and I like to find out why people like this weird-ass sport.
This year, I connected with a group of I somehow accidentally stumbled onto a group of Falcons fans, like a Falcons podcast, and they're all from the UK. They have their own Atlanta Falcons UK podcast.
Wow.
And I emailed them just out of nowhere. I said, I just have to ask, why have you done this to yourself? Like, you could have chosen.
He's like, I'm from the A. What is your excuse?
I'm born into it. Like, why would you do this? Like, I've done this to my son, and I feel guilty about it. Like, why would you you clearly made this choice as an adult. Did you just happen to lock in when we were good for one season, or like what happened? Like, how did this happen? And they're pretty hardcore. Like, they travel to the A to go see games and stuff.
Oh shit! Did they give an answer?
They most certainly did. I just don't remember what it was. I think it must have been when we were, we had a couple of years there where we were kind of on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, it had to be.
Those Matt Ryan, Julio Jones days, and
yeah, good times. But Spit on Dak thing, or Alex as his real name, he said that he's so locked in that he knew, and we'll talk about this later. When we're gonna wait for all of the dust to settle with all of the teams, so we're gonna talk about all of the firings and stuff later in the week. But he said he just knew the Bengals. He's like, I'm predicting, and I agree with John that that our guy needs to go. But Wack Taylor is going to stick around because our team is cheap as shit. And he's got 2 more years on his contract, and they're not going to let him go. And he was right, man. They came out and said they're keeping him. So he's locked in, man. Shout out to you, man. Spit on That Thing is locked in, and we appreciate your support.
I mean, I guess it's better than paying 5 coaches at the same time. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, Raiders.
Yeah, man. But we'll. Did you have any more to say before we get into these games? Review these games.
The only thing I want to say is totally non-football related, which is shout out and congratulations to all you Swedes for winning the World Junior Hockey Championship.
Oh, nice! Congrats, Junior Hockey Championship.
I don't want to take anything away from your victory. You played great. You had the best goalie in the tournament for sure. As Americans, we were a little distracted with acquiring Venezuela.
Yeah, sometimes you got to work hard. And
I also coincidentally would like to welcome the new, I'm going to predict this now, the new future NFL franchise, the Venezuela Oilers. The Oilers. We're going to call them the Oilers. We're going to let them be the Oilers.
Yes, why not?
We've already got the jerseys and everything. We're just going to ship them over there.
Yeah. And America as a whole, we should just be the Steelers. It was Raiders? Raiders or Steelers? I don't know, man. We should just be
Right.
our new mascot is just I can't say Buccaneers. That's a little different, but Raiders or Steelers, one or the other. Both. We're the both. We're raiding. First we steal and then we raid.
Somebody needs to do that right now. Create a Venezuela oil. Do it with the color. I love the colors of the Venezuelan flag. They're great.
Yeah.
Those colors with the whole Oilers kind of logo would be dope.
Yeah.
It works.
And it's a terrifying shame, man. I've actually tried to dig my head in the sand. I'm really embarrassed of my team. I mean, not my team, of my country. The team I was born into, man. So,
I'm totally embarrassed and totally ashamed.
Yeah.
We're joking, but
mess.
we're not making light of it. We're just joking to get through it. It fucking sucks.
It does.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that fucking suck, let's talk about the NFC South.
This was so weird, man. This was so weird.
It was so weird. I could not sleep. I went to bed on Saturday. This game was on Saturday. I couldn't sleep. I was having a weird nightmare that I couldn't get rid of.
Oh my God.
And so I decided to wake up. I had a nightmare that there was an animal in my house and I had to fight it. And
shit.
I couldn't tell what kind of animal it was. It was crazy. It was a whole thing.
Man, I think it was a panther.
Could have been. So I got up and I basically turned the game. I think it was like halftime when I turned it on. This was a very interesting football game. Obviously, we'll get to this later with the Falcons too. So because the Panthers lost this game, it set up the scenario where if the Falcons won, then the Panthers would go to the playoffs. And if the Saints won, the Buccaneers would go to the playoffs. The funny thing about this game actually was after the game, they interviewed Baker Mayfield and they asked him, because he's on record as saying he hates the Saints. It's one of the things I love about Baker Mayfield.
Wow.
He has true hate in his heart for the New Orleans Saints.
Okay.
And they said, "Whoa, isn't it a little weird? You said that you hate the Saints, like, and now you have to root for them to win." And he was like, "Well, actually, I'm kind of rooting for the tie." Because apparently if they had tied, if the Falcons and the Saints had tied, the Buccaneers would have gone to the playoffs. And that to me was like I love his sense of humor. I think it's very funny that even in that moment, he still didn't want the Saints to win.
I would not root for the Saints.
I thought that was really great.
I like it, man. It's weird that you could lose that game, have the same record, and then does it come down to strength of schedule or?
I think it comes down to
division win.
I think there's a couple. I think it came down to a head-to-head record because at the end of the day, you had a three-way tie as far as the record is concerned. You had a three-way tie.
Okay.
Both the Panthers, the Bucks, and the Falcons all finished the season 8-9. But I think we lost to the Panthers twice. So that kind of put us out. And I'm sure. I think there's some sort of common opponent thing or something. It's too nerdy for me to even care. Either way, the Bucks did what they needed to do, even though it was a terrible football game. It was pouring down rain. It was not very fun to watch. I don't know who could possibly be excited outside of the state of North Carolina that the Panthers are in the playoffs. Ironically, the two best teams in the NFC South in the last 7 weeks have really actually been the Falcons and the Saints, the two teams who were completely out of contention. Yeah. So the NFC South has done it again. We have sent a team with a losing record and absolutely no relevance whatsoever to somebody should step in and fix the NFC South. I don't know how to do that, but it's like a real problem.
They need a private equity firm.
Totally, because they always make the right decision. The other game that happened on Saturday night was a game for the NFC West.
Yeah, man. Wow.
I gotta say,
wow. I was shocked.
This Seahawks defense is no joke.
It's crazy.
This wasn't a great football game either. It ended 13-3. Seahawks won. Can we just for a second acknowledge the fact that Sam Darnold for 2 seasons in a row has won 14 games?
Damn. Shout out to Sam Darnold, man.
You the real MVP.
And to his credit, last year he kind of backs into the playoffs after these 2 kind of horrendous performances, and then he gets absolutely waxed in the playoffs. I would say it feels to me like he kind of got this monkey off his back because he has been playing, very decent football headed into the play. Like, I don't feel the same way about Sam Darnold going into the playoffs this year as I did last year.
All that man needed was a chance. Some teams to give him a chance. And they finally did.
I mean, I still cannot believe we did not hire this coach for the Seahawks, Mike McDonald.
Yeah,
I
can't
mean, the
either.
fact that we interviewed him and let him out of the building is crazy. Because if we're being honest, I don't see any reason why he can't be coach of the year.
Agreed. I mean, man.
They have one of the best defenses in the league. They won easily the best division in football this year.
It's not like he wasn't a hot prospect either. I don't understand it. I don't understand how, but I guess the Seahawks, maybe they made an offer he couldn't refuse right away or something. I don't know. Who knows how that
now we're apparently trying to steal their offensive coordinator to be our head coach. I don't know if Clint Kubiak, we fucked up. Let's steal that guy.
Didn't he used to be on your staff?
No, he used to be the offensive coordinator for the Saints.
Okay. Damn. But yeah, the 49ers all of a sudden stopped scoring points, man. That shows how good because they hadn't punted in forever. And then all of a sudden, no, they did punt the game before, but against the Bears. That was a crazy-ass game. But they were putting up 40 points a game damn near, and all of a sudden they can't do shit. And they didn't sit their starters, so it was...
Yeah, this was tough. McCaffrey had a rough game, too. He had one of those Kadarius Toney moments where he had the ball in his hands, and he just he went to catch the pass, and he just kind of accidentally tossed it to the Seahawks player. Yeah, it was a rough game for the 49ers, but let's just get it over. Okay, I'm going to tell you my favorite part about the Falcons-Saints game. First of all, one of the most embarrassing things is when you tune into Red Zone Week 18, and Falcons-Saints is like a central focal point of the Red Zone coverage, right? Mm-hmm. Not because it's a rivalry game, but because whoever wins or loses this game, it decides 2 other teams' fate. It was like all of a sudden we were the most exciting game of the week because it meant somebody else was we weren't going to the playoffs. Somebody else was going to go.
Exciting for other reasons.
But my favorite part of the game was during the broadcast, about midway through the game, they cut to a shot of a scoreboard in the Mercedes-Benz Arena in Atlanta. And just to give you an indication of how much the Falcons and the Saints hate each other, the scoreboard read Falcons and had the score of whatever the Falcons score was at that point in the game. Mm. And then next to it, it said visitors.
That's petty as hell, man.
It was so petty.
Wow.
Isak and I were laughing towards the end of the game because they were he started throwing the next gen stats thing up there. And at one point we were 77% win probability. And it felt like we kind of had the game locked up at that point. I was like, you think they're shaving it down because it's the Falcons?
Damn. Also, one thing I didn't mention is we went asterisk crazy last week.
We did.
And you got the Seahawks. You asterisked my pick of the 49ers. And you got that right. You picked up 2 asterisks this week.
Yeah.
I picked up 1.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
The only thing the most consequential, 2 things. Quietly, Bijan Robinson has the most yards from scrimmage this season. So that's good.
Yeah.
our defense, despite the fact that we can't stop the run, we broke a franchise record for sacks in a season this year.
Oh, wow. Nice. And that was the big problem last year, right?
Yeah. And now our remaining problem is that most of those, we picked up a lot of like kind of smaller but fast, very athletic defensive linemen. They're good at getting to the quarterback, but they can't stop the run. So we got to figure out how to solve that problem. And then the other thing, which obviously we'll talk about this more in a couple of days, Raheem Morris and Terry Fontenot, the GM, didn't even make it out of the parking lot on Sunday night before learning that they got fired. So I'm happy with that. I'm good with it. Normally you get 3 years to kind of prove yourself.
Has it been 3 years? No, it's 2 years.
It's been 2 years. But it's pretty clear that Arthur Blank is like, he's tired of waiting. I think he could see the writing on the wall. Like, because we're like a lot of other teams. We have the roster.
Yeah.
We have a great roster. We have great pieces on offense. We have great pieces on defense. And we need to somehow just shake it up and change the culture. And we'll see what happens. But
man, another coach that should have been gone is the Bengals coach, but he's still there. The owner doesn't have the same feelings as Arthur Blank. So y'all will be paying 3 coaches then, probably, right? Or how much time was left on Dan Quinn? That's probably done though. He's probably off the books. He's off the books.
I don't know if we're still paying Arthur Smith. I'm not sure. Maybe. But yeah. But the Bengals don't like to pay coaches who don't work for them. So Zach's going to stay. He's going to keep his whole staff, apparently.
Even though they lost to the Browns with their starters in, just
the two most interesting things from this game, obviously, Myles Garrett breaks the sack record. The single season sack record now belongs to Myles Garrett.
Nice. Congratulations, Myles Garrett, man. Good job, bro.
Which I think, in my opinion, sort of brings a little dignity back to the sack record. For those of you who never saw how Michael Strahan broke the sack record.
Yes, I agree.
It seemed rather arranged between him and the lineman and Brett Favre. And now it's back rightfully in the hands of someone who actually earned it. So that's cool. Also, again, we'll talk about this more later. But Kevin Stefanski, 2-time Coach of the Year, was fired by the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, man.
On Monday morning. I think this is probably – I know that Stefanski probably – it's not even – I was going to say it's a blessing in disguise, but it's not even in disguise, bro.
No,
like,
it's just a blessing. It's a Bible blessing. Like, it's obvious. He's walking on water.
Like, he, to me, has been the most empathetic character.
Yeah.
Especially since Nick Chubb left.
Yeah, it's almost like we don't know what to do with you, man. Go flourish.
Go prosper somewhere.
Yeah, go prosper elsewhere. Sorry.
I mean, I for one hope that the Falcons hire him because I think he's a fantastic coach.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to have him in the A.
Yeah, it's not like he said, "Hey man, hey guys, can you draft 2 quarterbacks for me later? And can you use 2 picks on quarterbacks later in the draft? And also, can you send away most of our good players so we can get some capital and then don't use it?"
I don't even understand, how did the GM survive this? I mean, he's the one who brought in. I mean, obviously the owner brought in Deshaun Watson, but
oh yeah, that too. Can you guys cripple our cap? Oh my gosh!
I don't know how that guy kept his job.
Insane, man. It must be he knows what's going on behind closed doors. He knows where the bodies are buried. But yeah, it's a weird. It's so clear. It's so Ohio for these two teams to just be doing inept things, and I feel bad for both fan bases.
Yeah,
that your owners are just dueling it out for worse than the NFL.
T. Higgins made a ridiculous one-handed touchdown catch in this game
that,
too.
Man. It's just showing you like, hey, we got talent here. Hey guys,
so good.
Damn shame. The thing they should invest in is a great backup quarterback. I mean, to get a top tier backup quarterback in case it gets hurt, so that Zach Taylor's excuses can.
Actually, I disagree. And they had Joe Flacco scoring 30-something points on the regular.
That's true.
And they were still losing football games.
Their coordinator for the Colts would have been good on their team.
They need to hire Steve Spagnuolo. They need to go get the best defensive coordinator they can get. Or Robert Saleh. He's rumored to. I don't know what they're going to do, but they need to figure something out.
Speaking of good defensive coordinators, man, Brian Flores over here looking for a job. He'll probably be hired sometime this offseason. But the Vikings they held the Packers back. The Packers did not start their starters, so it was no chance for Clayton Tune within a whopping 34 yards of passing. Sacked 4 times, 6 for 11. God damn.
J.J. McCarthy had the most J.J. McCarthy game you could possibly imagine. He did that thing where he let 9, his alter ego, come out. He rushed, stiff-armed, and then tried to truck a defender. And then after hitting him, he got all up in his face and then completely wiped out the game by getting a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for fucking getting all up in this dude's face. I was like, you're an idiot. What are you doing? And then like a few plays later, he hurts his hand and has to come out of the game. This guy is literally 9. You know how many games 9 has played in the NFL?
9?
I think he's played 9 games.
That's fitting. He's like, all right, now I can retire.
So, I mean, the Vikings have a lot to figure out. I'm not. I mean,
especially if they lose Flores. If they lose Flores and have to start over with defensive coordinator, I mean, I trust that O'Connell will find a good defensive coordinator, but he's got to figure out who the quarterback's going to be.
Yeah, and this whole like week 18 making up for mistakes throughout the season. When it's too late and it doesn't matter, targeting, all of a sudden anybody who had Justin Jefferson in their fantasy team this year was probably watching this game going, what the fuck, bro? Like they target him like 11 times. He gets over 100 yards for the first time since like, I don't know, week 5 or something.
They were trying to get him over a grand for the year. So he went over 1,000 and it was like the only receiver since like, there's only a handful of receivers that have done it. It's like Mike Evans, Randy Moss, and now him. For the first 6 seasons, of over 1,000 for the first 6, something like that. So they were trying to make some history. The Cowboys, they made some history, huh? They went 7-9-1 after this game. They played Dak Prescott for a little bit, and then he came out, and that annoyed me because I thought he was going to get some. Because he was supposed to be trying to get the yardage. Be the yards champion for the season. Then they just took him out at the half. I was like, bro, I got bets. We got bets to hit, man. What are you doing? Come on. But we'll see. What the Cowboys are just gearing up. Next year's their year. Too bad they got doubled by the Giants.
Again, completely meaningless game.
Yeah, we could skip it if you want.
Essentially, all it meant was that the Giants winning this game locked the Raiders into the number 1 overall pick, basically.
And that's a team you could trust with a number 1 overall pick.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm curious to see what the Giants do going forward, though, as far as the coach selection. They could really they kept
their GM.
Yeah,
which was a little surprising.
Joe Shane.
The hottest team in the NFL right now is the Jacksonville Jaguars, 13-4. Who saw that coming? I don't think anybody was surprised that they beat the Titans. They tried to create some drama here because obviously the Jaguars losing and the Texans winning would have meant that the Texans would have been would have won the AFC South. But T-Law and his associates just went for the beatdown.
Yeah, man. Almost got a mistrial.
Absolutely. Cam Ward had to leave the game at one point because he injured his shoulder.
Yeah. I
Which
think
brought in.
I think that put things into perspective for them. Like, okay, enough is enough. Let's relax.
A great way for the Jags to go in to. You want to go into the playoffs with all this confidence and feeling good about yourself, and they really have been on an absolute heater. They haven't lost a game since week 10, if you can believe that.
Yeah, man.
So that's crazy.
And one of those victories is against the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
So the rest of them, they were beating some, and they beat the Chargers too, but their last victories is Titans, Colts. They did beat the Broncos, then Jets, Colts again. You know what I'm saying? Titans again. So it's not like they were out here world beaters, bro. They beat the Broncos. That's the one team that was good that they beat.
Mm-hmm. And
so
then
so get off your. I know you're a fan, but that's enough. Enough is enough, Skiff.
I mean, it could end very quickly. I'm pretty sure they play
will.
the Bills. They're playing the Bills in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah. It was looking like the bottom half of the playoff picture. I was like, ooh, damn, I feel bad. Because you got to either play, teams are fighting to play the Bills or the Texans. It's like, God damn.
Yeah.
Pick your poison, man.
Well, speaking of which, the Texans-Colts game was actually one of the most fun kind of meaningless games of the week. I mean, obviously it was meaningful for the Texans. They were trying to win the division. But somebody forgot to tell the Colts that it didn't matter. And in part, and this is usually when week 18 can be quite fun, is when they do something like decide to start their rookie quarterback, Riley Leonard, who I don't think had started a game all year.
Because of the Flacco stuff.
He's out here just trying to advertise who he is, and he was having a good old time. He's out here throwing touchdown passes, throwing deep shots,
talking that shit
Pierce.
too. He had some swagger.
Yeah, for sure. His parents were there, and he threw them the ball. His first touchdown pass. It was cute. It was fun to watch.
Player of the game, though, man. Is that they had what's his number? Number 71, I think it was. Who was he's like a defensive lineman, and they brought him in to try to score. They brought him in to be like fullback to try to score a touchdown, and Stroud pulled the ball out of his stomach. He was going to go in the end zone, and Stroud kept it himself and ran in the end zone. And they're like, "Oh man, it looks like he'll never score a touchdown." And in the last play of the game, the fumble's bouncing around on the ground. He picks it up. It just rumbles all the way for a touchdown. That was great. And how happy the whole team was for him. I forget his name, unfortunately. But it was a really dope way for it. Let me see. His name is Horton? No. Togai. T. Togai is of course it's what's it called?
Oh yeah, Tommy Togiai.
Togiai from he's one of these big ass, what are they called, Samoan or Hawaiian, one of these big scary Pacific Island dudes. Yeah. And it was so cool that he went in and dived in too. He could have been down at the one. No down at the one. Dived in like a true athlete. That was pretty dope that he got the redemption for C.J. Stroud pulling that ball out of his tummy. So that was pretty dope, and man, you gotta root. Texans. That's the team I'm rooting for, man, in the playoffs. That's we can plant our flags right now if you want. I'm planting my flag in the Texans. I really hope they win the Super Bowl. Who would you plant your flag in? You like the Jaguars, right?
I would say, yeah. I'm gonna go. The Jags are gonna be my playoff team.
Okay, nice.
That being said, obviously, there's a lot of other narratives out there. I would love to see Josh Allen get himself a.
Oh yeah, that would be. I'd root for the Bills fan base, but
which is actually our next game. Bills Jets.
Hold on. I want to say something real quick before we start. I made a little bit. I'm officially a degenerate, and I put together a little parlay, and I showed Jason Champ, and in the parlay was the Buffalo Bills to cover. They had a 14-point edge or a spread, and he was like, "I'm worried about Buffalo, man. Like, you think they're gonna win the score?" And I said, I went to a school called Fort Lauderdale High School, and I said, I think the Fort Lauderdale High would beat the Jets right now. Jason, he started laughing. I was like, there's no way. I don't care who's quarterback. I don't care if they put the backups in. They're going to beat the Jets. And they did, man. The Jets are just so trash.
I think it's hilarious that not only did they allow Mitch Trubisky to drop 4 touchdown passes on their head like a fucking falling piano.
And he was in the commercial.
Even though yeah. The Jets still finished the year without a single interception.
Yo, what the fuck? And you know Trubisky is in that he's in a Geico commercial. Or one of these.
Oh, is that the back? Isn't that the thing where they call in the backup?
Yeah, he's ordering food. I was like, this motherfucker, he's in the commercial about backups, and then he comes in and just lights you up like a starter, man. It's insane.
My favorite
22 for 29, 259, 4 tutties, 142.1 quarterback rating against a defensive coach. Jeez.
Shout out to my man, former Bulldog James Cook. He only had 2 carries for 15 yards in this game and still becomes the rushing champion of the 2025 season.
Shout out to James Cook, man. He's from Miami, went to Georgia. How much more of a connection could it be, man? He's from Liberty City.
We love this man.
Love this man. Let's take a quick break before we talk about the rest of the games. And then we'll next up is the Bears-Lions game, which was a fun one. SveNFL is proudly sponsored by Brisket and Friends. Brisket and Friends is the best barbecue in Sweden. Brisket and Friends. Barbecue so good, make you want to slap your grandma. Go there. Get you some good barbecue. Best in Sweden. Now, back to SveNFL. We back. Chicago Bears, man. The team that everybody should be afraid of going into the playoffs because they're a juggernaut and they're playing the Lions and they're gonna beat the Lions, right? Knock the Lions out one last time before. No! No. These real Bears had Caleb Williams looking I thought he looked pretty average. As always. I don't know, man. I could be a hater.
I knew that I had a strong feeling the Lions were going to win this game. Dan Campbell,
knew damn well they were going to win this game.
I knew that they were just gonna come out and play their hardest, despite the fact that they were already eliminated.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what they did.
Yep.
I still don't really feel a lot of confidence in the Bears.
No.
I think they got probably what might be one of the worst playoff draws. I mean, they have to play the Packers.
Well, they're familiar with them.
That works both ways.
Yeah.
I mean, the downside for the Packers, obviously, is they lost Micah Parsons for the year a couple weeks ago. But at the same time, yeah, it's going to be tough. We'll see. I mean, Dan Campbell still loved this guy. They asked him after the game, like, what would you give your grade on the season? He said, a fucking F. we missed the playoffs.
What do you think?
And I give myself an F. So shout out to him. I fucking love him so much.
Yeah, man. How do you feel about Bo Nix, man?
I feel like I've learned nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
The Broncos haven't really been playing super great of late. So I don't trust them at all.
Yeah.
I don't trust them at all. So I don't know. We'll see.
I've been rooting for Trey Lance. So I was glad that he got with Harbaugh up in LA because I was like, I like Trey Lance. I felt kind of bad for him because he got traded. He didn't ask to be traded up for and then go to the 49ers, and then he got hurt, and then Brock Purdy came out of nowhere, and you couldn't let him go, so now Trey Lance kind of got lost in the shuffle. So he's somebody I kind of root for, secondhand root for, but he didn't really show much, man. He's threw so many inaccurate passes, man. Reminded me of Caleb Williams a little bit whenever he's got to throw to the sidelines.
Are they the worst 1 seed we've seen?
The Broncos.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fine. Yeah, because most teams kind of fall apart when they look like a fake So yeah, 1 seed. Yeah, wasn't there a year when like the Eagles? Since we've been doing this pod, wasn't there a year when like the Eagles were like, come on, man, when they were like a fake 1 seed? Wasn't there some year like that and they lost in the first round or some shit like that?
Yeah.
I feel like lost to the Bucks or something. I forget what it was, but we've had some fake 1 seeds before, but this one is. I feel like a team like that, the way they're built, a lot of times the fake 1 seeds are like teams who like give up a lot of points and then score a lot and outscore you. And I feel like that's not going to work in the playoffs. But the way they are built, they're not dependent on Bo Nix that much. They just don't want him to lose the game for them. So I think they wouldn't be the most fake because their defense is the leader and they know it. That it's all about that Vance Joseph defense. Which was abysmal in Peyton's first year. Chiefs played the Raiders in the most inconsequential game of the weekend. The Raiders won 14-12. I don't know what this meant. I learned nothing at all except for that that there's a player on the Chiefs team named Shane Bukalele.
Okay.
Or Bukele. I don't know how you say his name. I don't know. I learned nothing. I have nothing to say about this game whatsoever.
Yeah, he went 7 for 14, 88 yards, and got sacked 5 times. Good job by him.
But Matthew Stafford out here trying to make a statement in his last game. Doing his thing, throwing for 4 touchdowns. It looked like he was having some fun. Is my question about them is Devontae Adams going to come back? Is he okay? He just didn't play. Is that what it was?
He's back. He's going to play.
Watch out for these motherfuckers, man. I say watch out for the Rams. They're my AFC flag is on the Texans. My NFC flag, I kind of want it on the 49ers, but it's hard to plan it. You know what? This is going to be some bullshit, but my NFC flag is on the NFC West. Anyone knows bullshit. Anyone? All right. I'll plan it. I got to plan it. I'm going to say I really like Matthew Stafford, but I know you'll never say the 49ers.
Correct. I mean, not never.
I mean, once Shanahan's gone, you might say him. But I love the way they look when they're rolling. Is almost as fun as the Rams look when they're rolling. All right, I would say, fuck it. I'm just going to have one flag. I'm going with the Texans. Fuck it. I can't pick.
Yeah, the Rams, obviously, when they get healthy and get their full squad back, which I do believe that Devontae Adams is expected to play next week, they got what I believe is probably the easiest matchup. They're going to play the Carolina Panthers. Obviously, the Panthers beat them a couple weeks ago, but I think that was a fluke. Stafford still played an amazing game. In that game, it was raining. It was a hot mess. There were all kinds of crazy things. There's no fucking chance the Carolina Panthers are going to beat the Los Angeles Rams in the wild card round. It's not going to happen.
One thing from this game that I want to, or from these two teams that I want to look out for is I'm very interested, like behind the scenes type of thing, in where Jonathan Gannon is going to end up because he got fired. And I want to know, like, whatever team he goes to, watch out for, like, the right team pick him up as their defensive coordinator. It might turn the team's defense around. That might be somebody, oh no, they're going to keep Al Golden over there in Cincinnati. But if they were smart, I might get rid of Al Golden and then try again with Jonathan Gannon. One of these teams is going to pick him up, and it's going to be good, man. I think.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Like the Raiders or something like, you know what I mean? Some team who is starting over, or the Giants. Like, especially the Giants might be an interesting one because he was on that Eagles staff before he got poached. So,
what about your guy from the Dolphins? Your defensive coordinator.
What, that Gannon replace him?
No. Do you think he's going to get a head coaching job?
I think he might. And if he does, then bring in – I was thinking that too. If he does –
he's interviewing with Atlanta this week.
I think he's going to be a really good coach.
Atlanta's talking to him.
Yeah, okay. He might be your head coach, man. I think wherever he goes, he's going to be a good head coach. And I think that'll suck to lose him. But Jonathan Gannon will be good to go somewhere. We don't have to say much about the Dolphins. They put in a bunch of backups, and not a bunch of backups. They started Quinn Ewers, and then his first two letters of his name just kind of defined what we look like on the field, which is ill. And but they didn't play Waddle, they didn't play HN. It was just like, why would you do that to this guy? so he went up, and the Patriots were like, we're playing everybody, and we're gonna beat the shit out of whoever we face, and they did beat the shit out of the Dolphins.
Yeah, well, the first three letters of his first name, which almost spells quit. We've been laughing. Me and the kids, we watched this. Have you seen this clip of DJ Khaled on Hot Ones?
No, I haven't seen that. He's so extra, man. He's so extra.
Bro, it completely changed my opinion of DJ Khaled. In a, not a good way.
No, he's extra. You got to watch him on that show where they're like trying to get what's it called, Rhythm and Flow.
Oh yeah, we saw that.
He annoyed the shit out of me on there, man.
As a producer, he kept saying
exactly. How didn't you dislike him already when from that? But
because he was a little weird in that. But when I watched him on Hot Ones, first he couldn't even get through like Cholula, like he was freaking out. And then he gives up.
Oh, really?
But then he's like, just because I quit doesn't mean I gave up. Or just because I gave up doesn't mean I quit. And the host guy asked me, he's like, has there ever been a time in DJ Khaled's life where you took an L? And he said, never. I've never taken an L in my entire life. And I was like so annoyed by his lack of humility. And so like we joke about it all the time. And we were watching one of these games this weekend. It was like, just because I lost the ball doesn't mean I fumbled, like so we were just like trying to like hijack this DJ Khaled thing.
Oh, I love it.
It's it's obviously, the other news this morning is that there's talk of, they asked Tua, like, what would you think about restarting your career somewhere else? And he says, quote, I think that would be dope.
Oh, damn.
So
of course the team gave up on him.
So you guys have an interesting offseason.
Yeah, we're gonna have one, man. We'll see what the staff is gonna be. We'll see who the new GM is. The way they approach the draft. Do you let Mike McDaniel kind of be more into the draft process? I don't know, man. It's if you lose your defensive coordinator, what's next? You know what I mean? The style of defense you're gonna play. It's a lot, man. It's almost like a reset without it's like a soft reset if they keep McDaniel. So much stuff, man. I don't know. If the new GM is going to have to want Mike McDaniel, that's going to be a determining factor of who your GM is too. Some GMs might be like, I want a new coach. I want to pick my coach. So then you might have a GM or you have the guy who's in right now. It's so much shit, man. No fun. I thought the Commanders looked like fun, speaking of fun.
Sure.
Shout out to Josh Johnson, man. Like you mentioned him last week about players that he's the most like an interesting journeyman, and then he got him a victory over the Eagles.
They have a lot to figure out in the offseason as well because I think they have the oldest roster in the NFL.
Damn.
They clearly did not.
The Steelers
expect,
did, right?
Okay, well maybe they have the second oldest roster. They obviously last year they did not expect to make it to the NFC Championship game, which sort of put them in a weird spot this year. To essentially have a team that wasn't ready for a Super Bowl run, sort of in this Super Bowl or bust mentality.
Yep.
The injury problems for Jaden Daniels that everybody was worried about when he was drafted popped up this year. And now it looks as though Cliff Kingsbury, he's certainly on the list of all the hot potential coaching candidates. So you might lose him.
Don't do it,
which would be, and that Cliff Kingsbury is out here because I still don't know the answer to the question of what was the problem in Arizona. Was it Cliff Kingsbury?
Oh, Tyler.
Or was it the fact that because Kyler Murray, the kind of quarterback that he is, of course he starts off the season hot because he's running around, he's doing stuff, and then all of a sudden he gets injured and he's not the same quarterback for the back half of the season. So tough to win football games. with a banged up quarterback like that. And once you take away what's special for Kyler Murray, then he's just an average quarterback at that point.
Interesting.
So I don't know. Cliff Kingsbury wants to prove it. So we'll see. I don't want him to prove it in Atlanta. I don't want to take that chance. We got enough problems than to have to deal with the Kingsbury Cliff as well.
Game of the week.
Oh my God!
They saved the best for last. I was very, very I was up like watching the game, like I was in and out of sleep. It was one of those things where I was sleeping, but I could hear the game, and I was excited. It was almost like I was dreaming the game.
Crazy.
It was like so exciting in my sleep, and then I woke up and rewinded and watched it back, and I got like sad that the Ravens aren't in the playoffs.
So I worked at the post office on Monday, and I have to wake up at like 5:30 in the morning to do that.
Oh yeah, game's still on.
So the game was still on. I looked at my phone and I realized, okay, Ravens are down by 2. They have the ball. There's not a lot of time left. I open up the computer. I turn the game on. I'm sitting in the kitchen, and I got into the game. I think they ran one play, and then they had, the speech that the broadcaster gave, I don't remember who it was, talking about the Ravens field goal kicker, Tyler Loop. Like, of course, everyone knows about what happened to Justin Tucker and this team in the offseason. They searched the country far and wide, and they found what they felt like was just a great kicker. Tyler Loop has just been money all season. Now he has a chance to send his team to the playoffs. It's wide right. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, man. He looked so sad. I always feel bad for kickers in that moment, man. But it was also a windy day and all of that. I don't know, man.
Also, obviously it's sour grapes, but there's a lot of images that are coming up this morning of the Steelers player kind of leveraging the center and getting over the line. Like a penalty. It should have been a penalty.
Oh,
they should have called a penalty. Probably.
Wow. Then they'd be talking about that forever, too.
Well, the other thing that they could be talking about forever is that there are a lot of rumors regarding Harbaugh as well as Lamar Jackson. That there's a bit of there's a struggle between Lamar and Harbaugh, and that one of them's going to have to go.
Lamar saved his career. He was on a hot seat until he got Lamar Jackson, if you recall.
Absolutely.
Yeah, after the Flacco, they just kind of started, like once Flacco started declining, then all of a sudden it was like, damn, is Harbaugh that dude? And then they got Lamar Jackson, and it kind of revived his coaching thing.
There are a lot of rumors about Lamar Jackson leaving Baltimore. I would say this.
Come on home. He's from South Florida.
The money would make it really tough for a lot of teams.
Yeah.
The actual draft capital that you would have to sacrifice would make it difficult for a lot of teams. You just don't see players like Lamar Jackson. It's not a contract year, I don't think. So
no. He just remember he represents himself or his mom or something like that. His family represents him, so he doesn't have like a traditional agent. So and I remember they were giving him a lot of shit about that, and then he got the deal done, and that was when he finally spoke and was like, "Now what, motherfuckers? He got this big ass deal, and it was my family that did, or me representing myself or whatever that did it." So that could be an advantage that you don't have to deal with an agent, and he can probably figure out what is best for him. If a team needs to do it, if he really wants to go. But I don't know, bro.
I left this game feeling like, first of all, Rodgers played great in this game. He played really well.
Yeah.
The Steelers obviously kind of back into the playoffs a little bit. Certainly a bit of redemption for Mike Tomlin. It wasn't but 4 weeks ago the fans were chanting "Fire Mike Tomlin." Like, dude, don't be grateful.
I hate fans.
And then the other thought that I had is that we don't talk about her very often, almost never, does she get talked about. But Aaron Rodgers' imaginary wife, she must be so excited about getting to watch her husband go to the playoff. You know, Rodgers announced at the beginning of the season that he got married, and all year everyone's like, well, where is she? And he was like, well, she really appreciates her privacy. And so Aaron Rodgers might have this imaginary wife. He might have a real wife. I have no idea. I happen to believe that she's not real.
Oh, of course.
I think he totally made this up. Why he made it up, I don't know. Yeah. This has been a story that's popped up throughout the year. Even some of the wives of the Steelers players have been trying to reach out, we want to invite her into the group and like welcome her and have her be part of the thing, but we can't find her. We don't know where she is.
This dude is is the weirdest dude ever, man.
I wish somebody would ask him, like, so you're in the playoffs, like, where's your wife going to be watching the game? Like, is she going to?
He met her at the darkness retreat, so I really don't know what she looks like.
I think in the age of AI, it would be so easy for him to sort of double down and create images of this imaginary wife.
Or his wife is AI. He fell in love with some chatbot named Brittany.
Blew my mind, actually. I didn't even think about that.
Aaron Rodgers stars in Her too, the football saga. He's married. I don't know why
that seems so believable. I believe that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Life hack. AI wife.
Oh, man, I just looked it up using AI, and I wrote, "Is this woman fake?" And there's like it just says his defense that he said that it's she's didn't sign up to be a celebrity. She has no social media presence by choice. Brittany, and he spells it Brittani. No last name, age, profession, background's ever been confirmed. I feel like this is bullshit. It's just him being a fucking troll. He's like, I can't have. This was the one thing he was allowed by Mike Tomlin. You know what? Don't go on Pat McAfee, but you can have a fake wife. Do a fake wife narrative. Go for it. What a weirdo. So
I still can't find a picture of her.
Of course not. She doesn't exist, Skiff.
She's AI, bro.
That was a conclusive week 18 with some fun games, including that classic finish of the Steelers Ravens.
Oh, just for clarity, before we get into superlatives, so the playoff schedule.
Yeah.
Saturday, 10:30 European time. You got Rams versus Panthers. Also on Saturday, but it's 2:00 in the morning for us. You got Packers versus Bears. Classic.
Yes.
Sunday, 7:00 our time. You got Bills Jaguars. Interessant.
Yes. That's going to be the one blowout of the weekend. Let's go ahead and bet. Let's go ahead and bet the touchdown for Josh Allen. Playoff Josh Allen
out here disrespecting my.
Oh, I would love
Jaguars. You know who has the second most rushing touchdowns as a quarterback?
It's your boy who played nobody the last few weeks, but your boy Trevor Lawrence against T-Law and without associates. Just T-Law came out and ran on some shitty teams at the end of the season. So yeah,
from the G.
From the G. Who else playing?
Let's see. 10:30 on Sunday. You got 49ers, Eagles. Tasty.
Yeah, man.
And then late that evening, Sunday, 2:00 in the morning on Sunday, you've got Chargers versus Patriots. Interessant.
Ooh, that should be good. That was the best case scenario for the Patriots too.
Totally. Monday night. I think is it the only Monday night playoff game?
It's got to be.
Maybe.
Yeah, they can't do it again after that.
Monday night, Texans, Steelers.
That's gonna be great.
That's going to be an absolute rock fight. It's going to be.
I feel like this is gonna be. It's gonna be the biggest. I bet the biggest blowout of the weekend. I think the Steelers won't be able to score, and I think the Texans are gonna be able to score on the Steelers.
Well, you have to remember the Steelers will get DK Metcalf back.
Yeah, but he's going against the best cornerback in the NFL.
True, but I'm just saying.
I see. I just feel like these Texans are gonna light their asses up. I don't know. It's gonna be Stroud just has to play some because he's been kind of mid.
He's the part of the Texans equation that I don't trust.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't trust him.
We'll talk about it when we make our picks, man. We'll get it.
But the thing that I do like about the Texans is that they've got, I don't remember their names now, but besides Nico Collins, they've got these two other receivers who have really come on in the back half of the season. Young guys. I think they're rookies. Who are they?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Did they even play? I don't know. They've got a couple of interesting. Xavier Hutchinson is one.
Yes. Yeah.
And Jaden Higgins is the other one.
Yeah.
They've played really, really well in the last couple of weeks of the season. So we'll see.
All right. We got to do it. You got to set up a playoff pick'em.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll do that today.
All right. Cool. Well, we'll let y'all know what that is when we come back for our predictions. We got to and get some brackets, man. Maybe we could do a little bracket game. My real MVP, it's almost a season one, but my real MVP is Mike Macdonald. They had a little final game for the division, and he got his team ready. Everybody is doubting his quarterback. People thought their defense was going to be mid, even though he's a defensive coach. And then they held one of the sharpest teams over the past few weeks to 3 points in the 49ers. So I think Mike Macdonald showed that I think he should be coach of the year. But for this week, Mike Macdonald.
You the real MVP.
What you got?
I'm going to give mine to Myles Garrett. He breaks the sack record.
Yes.
I think, and all of this nonsense about should get an asterisk because it took him 18 weeks to do it. People who say that have no idea, if you watch the tape, how many times the dude gets double teamed on every fucking play.
Yes.
The fact that he managed to break the sack record, despite the fact that he gets double teamed on every fucking play for 18 straight weeks, no asterisk is required here. He's clearly the best defensive player in the NFL, and he just proves it. So, and he plays on a shitty team.
Yep.
So
that's true. But he knows that they're doing what they need to do. Like that
Totally.
team, they're setting it up just like they planned. Fire Stefanski at the end of the year.
Fire two-time coach of the year. Bring in as many quarterbacks
as you can, using draft picks on that. Figure out one of these should stick. My trash, and you alluded to them earlier, but my trash is the Jets. Jets defense made history by being the only team to ever record 0 interceptions through an entire season of football. And yes, I know some of you might be asking, did they play every game? Yes, they played every single game in the season, and they still did not come up with an interception with a coach who used to be a cornerback in the NFL and then was the defensive coordinator for a really good Detroit Lions defense that, they fired the cornerbacks coach, and then all of a sudden they got to be good mid-season, and then he never looked back from there, turning into a good defensive coach. And somehow, even though half the season they had one of the best corners in the league, they got rid of him, and then they didn't get any interceptions. Very weird. So that being said, Jets, I love saying this too. New York Jets.
You are trash.
I love it.
I think it goes without saying that Steelers fans are trash.
Oh yeah. What?
You have one of the best coaches in football.
Oh yes. Love it.
he got you into the playoffs. They have a 10-win season, and you still want him fired. You don't want him fired now, but you did 4 weeks ago. So yeah, they're definitely trash. But my overall trash, I think it has to be for the NFC South. I mean, again, we are just the toothless redneck bastard idiots of the National Football League sending the 8-9 Panthers to the playoffs, and this whole clinching scenario in Week 18 it was just an absolute embarrassment for the entire division. The fact that my Falcons cannot seem to win this division, despite the fact that they probably have the best roster in the division. It's just an embarrassment all the way around. I will say that I think David Tepper deserves a little bit of credit for just seemingly being almost like kind of a ghost. I haven't heard a word about him all year. Like, from being that guy that was like always doing something stupid to it seems like he finally stepped out of the way.
Yeah, he got out of the way, and sometimes that's what you got to do. I think these people feel like money makes them qualified. And I think we as a country feel that way too. Like, we put money in a category that it shouldn't be. Like, it makes people seem like they're smarter and better, and all it means is they're richer. That's the only thing money does. It just makes you richer. It doesn't make you any more qualified than anyone else in the room. Some of your actual qualifications may have brought you money, but the money doesn't bring you qualifications. And I think that's the problem, man. And David Tepper had to realize
there's certain things like wisdom and experience that money just can't buy. Just can't.
You got a shit got learned?
Yes. I learned I don't give a fuck what happened in the last 2 weeks or the last 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Stafford is the MVP of the National Football League, period. I do not want to hear any of this like, oh, he played a couple of bad games here and there, so that means Drake May. Fuck you. Look at the whole goddamn season. He is first in passing yards, first in touchdown. The guy threw 46 touchdowns this year. 46. You know how many Drake May threw? 31. Right? And Drake May is playing in a weak division with a weak schedule, right? Matthew Stafford's having to fucking play in one of the hardest divisions in football. It's just it's a no-brainer. If they give the MVP to Drake May, it's a travesty.
I agree. I think he's my MVP. Yeah, that's a good point, man. My shit got learned is the Green Bay Packers made some history, some weird history. As the
I love weird history.
You're gonna like this one. They finished the season 0-3 in games where they did not punt the ball. Normally, we talked about the streak that the 49ers went. The 49ers went on a streak where they were winning all of these games and they didn't punt for over a month because they just kept the punter off the field because they just kept scoring and shit. But the Packers were just finishing dry. Like, they finished 3 games where they lost, but they didn't punt for other reasons, like going for it on 4th down, fumble, interception, different turnovers, stuff like that. And this last week secured it because no team did it. Every team who didn't punt won. And they were just the only team to ever make that history of being a team to the last time they did it was in the week 17 against the Ravens, where they had this is all their drives: touchdown, fumble, interception, field goal, missed field goal, turnover on downs, touchdown, turnover on downs, and interception.
Wow.
So that's my shit got learned.
That's almost as crazy as the Bengals thing, where they have like a when they score 30 points or more, they're 4-8 under Zach Taylor.
Exactly. Stuff like that. Stuff like that makes it where you like that's when you know about the like getting rid of the coach. Like, don't get me started. Get rid of Zach Taylor, man. They should have done it, and they will regret this, I think. But I don't mind being wrong for those Bengals fans out there. Like spit on that punk. What was it? Spit on that.
Spit on that tang.
Spit on that thing. All right. Scariest team going into the playoffs. My AFC is Texans. My NFC is to be determined. I don't know. I wouldn't want to play the Texans. You know what? I wouldn't want to play the 49ers. I would not want to play. That's my NFC because if they're rolling right, they look the best. I think. What do you think?
I think the scariest NFC team has to be the Rams.
Yeah, makes sense. What about AFC?
It's Jaguars.
Yeah, that makes sense too. We might go with I always put the colors of our cover based on our scariest teams. I think I'll go with the Jags as the color.
I'm going to go with the Jags. They're kind of putting it together. I think, quietly their defense has been quite good.
Coach?
I think they finished the year second in turnovers. I think the Bears had the most caused the most turnovers. The Jags are right behind them. I think it's the main reason why they're winning football games. So they keep turning the ball over and they get extra possessions. And
I think the schedule might be the reason they're winning football games.
Yeah, sure.
Just like the Patriots, man. The Patriots had an easy ass schedule, and so did the Jags. And if you look at it, it's like, these might be.
Jaguars are going to win the Super Bowl. How much? What are the odds on the Jags winning the Super Bowl?
I'm down to bet that. I'm officially a degenerate, so let's go.
We'll figure it out.
Let's go, Jags. All right. Another fun one, man. I didn't know we were going to talk this long, but it's always fun to talk to you. So
much to talk about.
So much to talk about. So much shit going on, and we'll be back to talk more, man. Thank y'all so much for checking out this episode of SveNFL. You heard the horns. That means either you heard something fantastic or something spectacular is on the way. The former is true in this case. We'll be back to talk about predictions for the first round of the playoffs. I've been Jonathan Rollins.
Give me Zara.
With SveNFL, the best podcast in the goddamn world. Peace.
Later, y'all.